Welcome back. I'm Tian Wei in Boao, bringing you this special edition of World Insight. As the Boao Forum for Asia kicked off, global leaders and business decision makers are discussing the drivers of the economic growth and global issues. Among them, Andrew Forrest, who has been betting big on global green revolution. He is a dynamic figure committing himself to climate action by providing capital and technology. As the chairman of the Boao Forum Partnerships Committee, he organizes panels this year at the forum to focus on green hydrogen energy and sustainable development. I talked to him on the sideline of the forum. Andrew Forrest, what a pleasure to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's my great pleasure to be with you. I love the Boao Forum. Been coming to it for, oh my goodness, coming on 15, 16 years now.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? The world has changed so much.
I've been supporting the Boao Forum now for 15, 16 years and so delighted to do so. Never more than now, because we've got these two massive challenges facing the entire world. The pandemic and the Russian invasion of Ukraine. And we need the world to come together to defeat both these. And we need the world to really appreciate together that we are one humanity, that we are one people. Yes, we can be proud of our different families, we can be proud of our different countries, but essentially we're one people and we must learn to love and live with each other.
Amid all of these layers of challenges, countries, governments, economies are shifting their focuses. Earlier, sustainable development, green energy, pretty much on the priority, but now there's a priority change, some argue. Do you see this happening?
Yes, I do. I really do. I think it's very important that we keep food on the table of nations. And it's just as important we can put food on the table of nations tomorrow and the next day, not just today. We have a huge new energy source. It's not coal, it's not gas, it's not oil. It's the biggest energy source in the entire world, one which can power all of humanity several thousand times more. One which even just the sunlight which hits China could be captured and power the entire world forever. This is, of course, renewable energy, and the technology around renewable energy in China, in Australia, in Europe, everywhere is changing so quickly, and we can convert that renewable energy. It could be wind, it could be solar, it could be hydro, geothermal, tidal, but we can convert that renewable energy now to hydrogen.
But, you know, when it comes to these global issues, climate change and the cooperation on technology and projects for new energy, these are great potentials. And there's a lack of trust, though, Andrew. I have to remind you, now among many countries, among governments, and therefore they realize they need to work together on global issues, but they just can't do it. So what is your prescription?
True, Joanna, I think that you make some very good points. My prescription is this to every leader in the world, be you in business or politics, be you a statesman or a businessman, be you a stateswoman, it doesn't matter. If you are in any form of leadership, you have to remember your primary objective is to bring down the cost of living and bring up the security of people. And the security of people is very dependent upon energy, and the cost of living is very dependent upon energy. And if we don't grasp the biggest form of energy that's ever existed in the world, which is green hydrogen, green ammonia, green electricity, then we're really doing the wrong thing by our people who put us in positions of power, by shareholders, by our voters. We're doing the wrong thing if we do not capture this massive source of new energy, which can bring down the cost of energy, which can bring up the volume of energy and make every country democratically free in energy terms. And that is what green hydrogen can do. That's what green ammonia can do. We must grasp this opportunity.
So that's the value, and that's the quote-unquote ideology that you are talking about.
Well, look, it's not an ideology. I'm an economist. I'm also a doctor of ecology, and so you've got a cross between a scientist and an economist here. So I'm very hard-nosed about what is best for people. What is best for people, Tuan, is clearly a lower cost of energy and an energy which does not destroy the future of their very own children of this planet.
When are we going to see the scenario that the cost of green hydrogen, for example, producing electricity will be comparable to what it is now for coal, powered electricity? When are we going to see that? Particularly for emerging and developing countries, this is very crucial.
I think you make a very good point. Green hydrogen is competitive to one right now. It compares very well with hydrogen made from oil or coal. Green ammonia is competitive right now, compares very well with ammonia made from fossil fuel. But I want to remind you that when oil first came onto the world scene, it was over $500 a barrel. It oscillated between $500 a barrel and $1,600 a barrel. And people were saying back then, well, it's easier just to chop down wood. It's easier to just chop down forests. No, we went to oil. That saved, of course, many cities and saved, of course, much of our ecosystem. Now, it's destroying our ecosystem because we have too much of it. Now's the time we move on to the solution which will resolve pollution in our atmosphere forever, and that's green hydrogen. And it can be done at today's cost. We need to just get after it and make it happen.
But technology is very important here, both about the reduction of the cost and also about developing the greenest hydrogen. Technology is the issue here. There is likely to be, something similar to the Cold War. There is going to be disruption of technology transfer. There's going to be issues about how technologies is going to be shared with the developing world. So how, Andrew, from your perspective, see the issue of technology in reality?
You make a very good point that technology is going to be competitive, but that's a good thing because that will lead to rapidly improving technology. That will lead to technology which is rapidly improved and implemented commercially and at industrial scale. And as soon as that happens, it will be at global scale. And the big winners of this, I think, will be the countries with the biggest populations, like China, and the developing countries, which have enormous resources, all through Africa, all through Latin America, all through Asia. They have enormous resources of sun, wind, and hydropower. And this can be captured to create all the world's energy we'll ever need through hydrogen, through ammonia, and green electricity. So I think actually, yes, there is a huge technological arms race, but that's a good thing because it's a peaceful race. And when the winner is declared, the spoils of winning will be shared by the world. Not shared by one company, not shared by one country, it will be shared by the world.
How? Because
technology rapidly transfers. We have technology ourselves, which is fabulous technology. But for instance, parts of generators which don't move now at all in wind turbines. So you've got no moving parts at all in wind turbines. You've got the ability for solar panels to split the water molecule inside the panel and just make hydrogen straight away. I mean, these are technologies which FFI will not keep to itself. It will spread through projects all throughout the world. It won't keep it in Australia. It will keep it everywhere. We'll use it with our partners in China. We'll use it with our partners in Africa. We'll use it with our partners in Europe. We'll use it with our partners everywhere.
More and more people believe business makes the world go around, not just money-wise, but also maintaining the rules, make sure it is still connected and interconnected. Entrepreneurs like you, extremely important for our world today. Now, how to maintain that agility, flexibility? Well, everything is changing apparently. How would you be able to sit there and think and be able to stick to the potential?
We are very happy to focus very hard in on green energy, green ammonia, green hydrogen. We're very happy as a huge industrial company to say that's all we will be using within a few years. Our trucks, our trains, our ships, all our fixed plant will be powered on green energy from electricity to make green ammonia, to make green hydrogen, to do everything. So if we can do it, we know every company can, we know every country can. We're going to lead by that example. And as well, we're going to produce enormous amounts of green hydrogen and green ammonia to share with the rest of the world. And to go to your question specifically, we will stay focused, we will stay flexible, we will stay agile, and we will share that technology so the rest of the world can go green too.
Thumbs up. Andrew Forrest, thank you so much for joining us.
Antoine, I've loved being here. Thank you very much.
Have a great virtual Boao.
Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you around the screens.
And that's the special edition of World Insight from Boao on the sidelines of the Boao Forum for Asia. We're going to bring you more discussions from the forum in the later days of this week. I'm Tian Wei on behalf of my team, both in Boao and in Beijing. Thanks for being with us, and I'll see you tomorrow.